Hey again from the garden, it's Christina from Sunshine and Flora. So today I'm out here in the garden doing some harvesting. I have 3 custom bouquets to put together and 1 vase arrangement. So in this video, I'm going to take you along step by step through the harvesting and assembling those bouquets in that vase arrangement. So first, we're just going to walk around the garden and see what I have available to harvest. I already have a bunch of sunflowers in the fridge, so I don't need to harvest those, but I need fillers and some other focal flowers. So let's just walk around and see what's blooming. Well, the first thing that I want to harvest is statice, and I'm almost embarrassed to sit in front of this statice patch and show you guys. Look at all of this grass. Tomorrow I actually have a chunk of time blocked out to come through and pull all of these weeds, because with all of the rain we have had this season, my weeds are just getting out of control. Everything is still growing good, but there's going to be a point where they're going to take over, and these seed heads are forming, and I don't want them to drop the seed everywhere. So anyway, this will all be gone tomorrow, but today I can still harvest out of here. So when you harvest statice, you want to make sure that the flowers are all the way open or mostly open, otherwise they are going to wilt. All right, so I just grabbed a few pieces here. Statice is such an awesome filler. The plant itself kind of grows in a round little kind of a disc that's mostly flat to the ground, and then it shoots up these bloom stalks straight out of the base of the plant. They're kind of crazy, but statice is such a wonderful filler. It lasts forever. You can dry it and it stays about the same color. I really like the white statice and the purplish blue statice, but there's an apricot one that I really like as well. I only have, I think, a couple plants of that this year, so I need to make sure that I grow definitely more of that next year. So I'm just going to go through here and harvest a few more stems for what is ready, and that should be plenty for what I need today. And when you harvest the statice, you want to make sure to cut down as close to the base of the plant as you can. So I have just a few snapdragons ready in this patch. One of them is this Madame Butterfly Bronze. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And then I have, looks like a Potomac White right here. I'm not going to be using these in my large wrapped bouquets today, but I think that these will go really nice in that vase arrangement for a couple spikes. And again, when you harvest snapdragons, you want to cut down as close to the base as you can, because when these start branching, that will give you longer stems. And then I always shred all of the leaves off of my snapdragons. Oh, looks like I see a couple more Potomacs over here. Let me grab those quick. So now we come to my dahlia patch, and these are really the flowers that I want to use in with the sunflowers in those large wrapped bouquets today. And this is a variety called WC White Rabbit. It's a speckled variety. It's quickly becoming one of my favorites. And you'll notice these white bags that I have. These are organza bags. I, this time of year, every year, always start battling the corn rootworm beetle and the cucumber beetles, and they absolutely decimate my dahlias, and sometimes they get to my zinnias as well. So for the dahlias in particular, I cover them with these organza bags, and they completely save my flowers. So when I harvest my dahlias, I cut down pretty far to get a nice long stem, not only to give me a long enough stem to use in my bouquets, but then that also will aid in branching. Gosh, we have a lot of traffic on the highway right now. Sorry about that. Our main street and statewide highway is right out here, which makes great traffic for the business, but a little loud when I'm filming my videos. Anyway, I like to cut nice deep stems to give me a good stem length for my bouquets, but then when my plants branch after that cut, the stems for the next flowers are also longer. So once I cut this stem, I just take the organza bag off very carefully, and I transfer it to another flower. Now this one right here is just starting to open. So I'm going to put it right on that bud, and then when that starts opening, then the flowers, or then the bugs don't get that one. I can't remember where I got the tubers for this WC White Rabbit. It was another small flower farmer, but Google it because it is a stunner, and they seem to be pretty prolific. Oh, look at the stems on those, and that flower is beautiful. All right, let's see what other varieties are ready. All right, so another variety that looks like I have a couple ready is Sylvia or Marin. I've seen it called both things, and it's a beautiful orange variety. Now this particular one, because there are so many side shoots on this actual stem that I'm cutting, I'm gonna do a no-no, and I'm gonna cut this very short. However, I have that vase arrangement that I'm putting together. I'm gonna use this right in the front of the vase arrangement, so it'll be a usable stem for me today. I don't always do that, but in this case, there are 4 side shoots that I'm cutting this out of the middle of, and those will be nice long stems, and I'd really like to have those next week. So again, I'm just gonna take this organza bag off. There's a bloom opening right here, and I'm going to put that on there. Looks like I'm gonna have to come through the patch tomorrow and continue covering some more buds that are opening. But that'll have to be for another day because I'm a little short on time today. All right, I'm gonna do a little walk around the dahlia patch, see what else is ready, and then we'll go clip a couple more things. All right, I'm gonna step into this little zinnia patch and see what else I can get harvested. This is kind of a patch that I just tucked in between my straw flower snapdragons and my dahlias. And it's definitely getting tight on room, but I have some beautiful varieties in here. I like to cut nice long stems on my zinnias to help with the branching. But when you harvest your zinnias, you also wanna make sure you're doing the wiggle test. So I wiggle the stem, and if it is nice, if it stays nice and straight when you wiggle it and it's very firm, then your zinnia is ready to harvest. If it wiggles back and forth, the stem is not strong enough yet and your zinnia is going to wilt. Other varieties that I do that with are Rudbeckia, celosia. There's just certain varieties that you definitely need to make sure you're doing that test or things are going to wilt. Some of these are Flora varieties, so I was really excited to grow them this year. Sometimes you also sacrifice blooms. So I could have cut this zinnia right here, but the stem would have been a little shorter. So yes, I'm sacrificing these side shoots, but it's gonna give me more of a usable flower, and it's gonna help with the branching of the plant to give me longer stems in the coming weeks, which is really the goal. Now, one of these that I just harvested, I'm noticing it looks really good from the front, but some of the petals look a little bit tattered and worn on the back. That one I'm not gonna use because it's not gonna last. Let's just get a few more, and then I think I'll be good. Oh, these darn weeds. I cannot wait till I weed this patch tomorrow. All right, so the last item that I'm gonna harvest today is celosia. And again, this is one of those that I do the wiggle test with. See, this one, when I wiggle it, it seems pretty firm, and I wanna cut it pretty low because in about a month, I have my biggest market of the year, and celosia is one of those plants that I really depend on. So I want these to branch and give me as many blooms as possible. So if I cut it short, I'm gonna get short stems. I need to cut this down very low to give me longer stems. Now, I don't need a ton of celosia today, but I would like maybe 5 stems, at least 1 for those bouquets that I'm doing. See, this one I feel like was a little wobbly at the top, so I think that needs a bit more time. Oh, this one is really, really wobbly. That is a definite no pick. Same with that one. This one's sturdy. I bet that one in the back is really sturdy. And this patch also needs big time weeding. I also have some raspberries encroaching in here. All right. That's 5 solid stems. Let me see if I can get just a couple more. Or at least one more. Yeah, here's a good one. Then I can put 2 in each of those wrapped bouquets. And I would like a couple in that vase arrangement. Seems like all the cream variety is ready. Here's a shorter one, but that'll be okay. Oh, that one's going to seed already. Here's one. Perfect. All right. So these stems are plenty long and beautiful. This is a Flora variety. I'd have to look up what it is. I'll try to put it on the screen. But anyway, I'm off to a photo shoot. These flowers are gonna go inside and hydrate, and this video will pick back up when I am back arranging these flowers in a few hours. All right, you guys, it's a few hours later. I am back in the studio. Time to put these orders together. Again, I have 3 wrapped bouquets that are for a weekly order pickup for a woman and 2 of her employees. They get flowers every week. They kind of have their own little bouquet subscription. So I need to put 3 orders together for her. Then I also have 1 vase arrangement to put together. So I think we'll do the 3 wrapped bouquets first, and then we will do the vase arrangement. I might just set the camera up and do a close-up shot so you can see how I put that together. That one needs to range from $25 to $40 in price. With the vase arrangement, it's probably going to be like more in the $35 to $40 range, because wrapped bouquets tend to be in that $15 to $30 range. So anyway, let's do these wrapped bouquets first. So I'm going to start with 2 of this celosia that is the floret variety. And again, I've mentioned this in my videos before. I am not a trained florist, so take my arranging abilities more as inspiration, not education, maybe. I have learned a lot over the years and I kind of know my style, but I am not trained in this. So just do with that what you will. So anyway, we're going to start with 2 of these celosia in the center. And then these are the sunflowers that I mentioned that I had harvested in my fridge. These are a pro-cut sunflower, so they're pollenless. I'm going to do 5 of these around the celosia. Some of them are opening more than others, so they will have a varying vase life. Some of these are the pro-cut peach. Some of these are the pro-cut orange. Let's give her one that's not quite as open. Okay. Then I want to do... Let's do one of these snapdragons in the center. Actually, this is a set of 2. So let's just put those right in the center. All right, then I'll kind of, that sunflower's a little curved, so he might be a little tricky. There, that adds a pop of color in there. I want to add some status, but I kind of always add that to the outside for sparkle. And then these, I definitely want to put a dahlia in. So let's get rid of these. That's looking good. Then I think I'm going to pop a couple zinnias in here. I just harvested a bunch of these peach. So let's use in this one a couple of those. That's looking good. Let's add the status and see where we are. Oh, that's really pretty. Let's add one more of these little single zinnias, maybe on the back side. Yeah, that looks good. And this bouquet will only get bigger as the sunflowers open. That is pretty with the dahlia right in the center. All right, let's trim this up. So I like to trim all the stems flush at the bottom. I wrap the rubber band around a few times, and then I'll wrap it in paper, put a sticker on it, and that's how it goes out the door. So a lot of people always ask me how I price my bouquets, and I feel like that question varies a little bit based on your region. Small town markets are definitely different than city markets, and I am definitely a small town market. So I always recommend that people Google the Boston Wholesale Flower Market Terminal. They have seasonal flowers priced, and it fluctuates every week. And so you kind of know what the current price is, say, for snapdragons or dahlias or sunflowers. It changes each week and it's really handy. So I like to go to that. That is wholesale pricing. So from there, you have to determine your markup for your wrapped bouquets and arrangements. Then there's also that extra florist fee, depending on your area, on arrangements as well, because you're not just bunching them together and sending them out the door. You're actually taking more time to arrange it. So when you are setting your prices, you definitely want to take into account all of those factors. And don't sell yourself short as far as pricing. I know some people want to sell them cheap because they're afraid to charge too much. You're only hurting yourself and you're hurting your competition, because then you're not charging accordingly. So do your research, charge accordingly, make sure that you're definitely making money. Otherwise, it's not a business, it's just a hobby. So if you want to have it as a business, definitely make sure you're turning a profit. Anyway, there's my little rant for pricing. Okay, so I've got 5 sunflowers, the celosia, snapdragon, 1 dahlia, a few zinnias. Let's pop one more zinnia in here. And then I need to put the status. Oh, actually, I need one more snapdragon in here to match the other one. There we go. And then we'll put the status on the outside. There. Status stems you can kind of wrap around so it actually encompasses the whole bouquet. Ooh, so pretty. I feel like I need one more thing over here. Let's do one of these blush pink zinnias for a little brightness. That's pretty. All right. And again, these bouquets are only going to get larger as those sunflowers open. Oh, that just looks so pretty. I love it. One more. Then we will do the arrangement. Actually, let's put 3 in this one because they're a little smaller. Oh, this one got munched on a little bit. I don't want to sell that one. Nice big snapdragon in the middle. Tuck this other one on the side. Okay, zinnias. Sometimes I put them down through the middle if they're really tall and I feel like there's a little space. I can kind of shoot them down through there. That looks really good. All right, let's do maybe a yellow one. Since that snapdragon that I put in there already was smaller, I'm going to add this white one in. Ooh, that's really pretty. Okay. 3rd one is ready. Time to let this client know her order's ready for pickup. All right, so the bouquets are done. They're waiting for delivery. I think they turned out great. It's time to do this arrangement. This is the vase that I am using. I think it's so cute with the little pattern here. And I have a few of the dahlias left in the status. I also went out and picked just a few more things. I wanted some ageratum in there. I have some craspedia. And then I had these shorter snapdragons that I think would be perfect. And then, of course, some sunflowers. I was saving 1 open sunflower right for the front of this arrangement because I want it to be full and open and give that wow factor immediately. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom the camera in close and just record myself putting it together so you guys can watch the process, and then we'll talk a little about it when it's done. All right, the arrangement's done, and I think it turned out pretty darn cute. I was trying to kind of keep a good shape, so I ended up adding in a few extra flowers. The sunflower is obviously the front, but as we rotate it around, it has that nice big zinnia in the back too. So it's got dahlias, statice, the sunflower, ageratum, snapdragons, zinnias, some gomphrena, and craspedia. I think it's just really pretty. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I was working on today, and stay tuned for a lot more the rest of the growing season. I plan to be on my normal schedule now with posting Wednesday and Saturday mornings, so make sure to watch for those notifications, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon in the next video.